The main reason why most brands don't scale as fast as they should is that their ads look like ads. We manage several ad accounts spending over $1 million a month, and we see one format that is outperforming everything else: street interviews, but only when they're done right. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what we do to create street interviews that actually scale. First, why this format works. These type of ads look organic, and they also lower the ad resistance, because a lot of people don't want to buy if it's an ad. They don't want to even watch an ad. So this works because it feels like real content. So you scroll, you see this ad, and you think it's organic content, and you only realize that it's an ad after a little bit, and then you already are hooked in. You're hooked in and you want to watch. Also, we know that the story sells better than just a pitch, right? Another reason is authenticity. So if done right, this format, unlike other ones, can show a lot of genuine reactions and conversations without being obvious that you are selling a product. Then the scroll stop potential. This is a really viral format, and that helps to stop people. And also you can have some questions that really stop the scroll and are let's say clickbait for your audience. The other nice thing is that you can entertain while educating. You keep the customer watching, and at the same time you are educating on everything they need to know before actually wanting to buy the product. And for this is very important that you do a very good job on the script, and also that combines well with the creator or the actor and their delivery. The reason why a lot of brands fail with street interviews and they are not able to create some street interviews at scale, and street interviews are especially a format that either works very well or it doesn't work at all in a lot of accounts. But a lot of that doesn't really depend on the actual product. It depends more on the execution of the ad. Main problems I see with brands we audit is that their street interview ads feel staged. They mention the product too early, or even just the product category, and so it doesn't look organic. The questions are too forced, so they don't feel natural at all. Or maybe they edit a lot, they overproduce the intro of the street interview. It should look organic, it should look like something you see on an organic post on Instagram or TikTok. And the other one is that they add B-roll in the first 10 seconds. On organic content, you usually don't see B-roll about a product. That's usually an ad, right? And so you want to make sure that you do it in an organic way, and if you show B-roll, it should be shown in organic, like you do on an organic video, but probably you want to add the B-roll only closer to the end of the video. In general, if it looks like an ad, it won't convert, or at least it won't scale as much. You won't be able to spend 100K, several hundreds of thousands, or $1 million. Our winning script structure is, first, we show the desired outcome, right? We always include the ultimate desire that your audience wants, and at the same time we want to generate curiosity and making sure these people stay. Then we explain or educate about the product, especially about their problem and the solution we're offering, why our solution is better, but we keep it more high level. We don't really introduce the product usually, and we make sure that once we introduce the product, people are already interested on that, because we are talking about the problem, the solution, all of that. Then we showcase at the end the product in action. We show people using the product and how it helps them. In terms of structure, what usually works is hook, problem, agitation of the problem, failed alternatives, then discovery, mechanism, proof, and then we add the product name and everything else. Here's also another type of ad that is a bit shorter in terms of structure, but also worked very well for us, and it's a type of framework we also often use.
Excuse me, what's the fastest time it took you to learn a language?
It only took me
So we start with the hook.
3 months to become fluent in French.
How many languages do you speak?
5.
5? You must have been studying your whole life.
No, not really. I use the immersive learning method.
So here we have a couple of questions. So basically we start with, we try to show, okay, she has the desired result and it was fast. How did she do it? And she said she uses the immersive learning method.
And I've become a polyglot in just 1 week.
So the immersive learning method is a unique mechanism. So we don't present the product, we present the unique mechanism.
What's that?
It's a way of learning that focuses on speaking from day one using real-life conversation scenarios. Instead of memorizing grammar rules or taking endless quizzes, you actually...
Okay, here what we are doing is we are discrediting the other solutions, the other alternatives.
practice speaking just like how kids learn their first language.
Sounds good, but like, how do you practice it?
Oh, I just used an app called JumpSpeak.
What's that?
And here we introduce the product.
It's an app where you learn to speak and get real-time
Here we can add b-roll and everything because now it's an ad basically.
feedback on your pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary.
Oh, so it's like a private tutor?
Yeah, but available 24/7 and it costs a fraction of what you paid for one.
It actually sounds like amazing. I might need to try that myself.
Then if you work with creators or actors, you should work with someone that has experience with straight interviews. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for someone that never did a straight interview or for a general creator. They should be comfortable on camera, obviously, that's pretty obvious, but especially like these type of formats are different from like just a face-to-camera UGC. So you have to make sure they are actually good on camera for this, and also that they are able to create a video in an organic way. It doesn't look like an ad, but it's very similar to what you see on your feed. And then the people you're gonna use, they should ideally be similar to your target audience or what works for them. It can be also different from the target audience, but it's their desired result, or even like the opposite of what they want to be. So that's also fine. But usually it's like either it's very similar to them, so it's relatable, or it's inspirational, and so it's what they want to be.
$5 to anyone that says our new strawberry.
Or otherwise an authority too. An authority is very good thing to have in the ad, and I'm going to show an example for that too. So some hooks that we see working well are, for example, we just interviewed a desired identity. Here's their secret. Or an authority figure. So we just interviewed a nutritionist. And here's the secret to lose weight fast, like something like that. Or we just interviewed a woman that lost 60 pounds in 5 weeks. Here's their secret, like, I don't know, something like that. And something like, how do you feel about people who've already achieved this desired outcome? Or how many of these can you do? And do you want, if you want to become this, then watch this. Do you know how to reach desired outcome in just time span, right? Do you know how to get fit in just 6 weeks? Like something like that.
$5 to anyone that says our new strawberry kiwi flavor is better than Snapples. Let's see who gets it.
So this is a very good example of an ad from Feels Good that is interviewing strangers.
B?
Yeah.
Wait, they're actually both really good.
This one is definitely more stronger in flavor.
But
Gun to your head, you have to pick one.
I like A.
You win $5.
Wait, really?
I like B better.
So basically, they have all these people that they are able to make them talk about the product, explain the product, looks very organic, and it helps a lot to make people trust your product. And so what you want to do is you want to take what makes an organic straight interview good and what makes like that going viral, and then you want to use that to create your ad and make it similar to an organic content, especially like one that is viral. And at least at the beginning, it shouldn't look like an ad. Then closer to the end, it may look like an ad, and that's completely fine. For these type of ads, what we usually recommend is to like shoot for an entire day, just doing a lot of videos, and then you can combine the best reactions. So that's something that can work very, very well. We usually recommend for brands that are a scale. For smaller brands, it's a bit more difficult. If you do a certain interview, maybe you don't even need it if you're very small, but if you do certain interviews for smaller brands, it's better to do a scripted one, while something like this requires more effort because you need a lot of reactions to then be able to take the best ones. You can also fake them, like that's another possibility, but you have to have very good actors, so normally it's a bit more difficult. So this one is an example from us that we created, and this is scripted, and so this is like easier to replicate and also do a lot of ads in less time. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some other winning examples, and we have several state interviews that spent more than 500K in one account, for example, with hook and hold rates above 40%. As you can see here, this one has 49% hook rate, 267,000 ad spend, and generated 590K. And we have results like these in several other accounts with this format. How to record it? We have some ads where it's not in POV, but now we are actually moving to recording most of these in POV. Sometimes we can experiment with other types, but usually we do it in POV. We see that working very well. So one person is holding the phone close to the speaker, and we don't have, like, we don't show two people in the ad. Also, the movement that you see in the ad actually increases the hold rate and make people stay watching the ad.
See, this is what I mean. Weird aftertaste.
Okay, but try this one now. But don't look at the wrapper.
This is a protein bar?
15 grams of protein.
No way. This tastes like it just came out of a bakery.
And only...
So this is an example is more like product aware, and for this client, they basically have an audience that is mainly product aware, but it's a huge audience. Just because protein bars are, like, everyone knows protein bars, like you don't really have to explain, like a lot of people are in market for protein bars, and you don't want to really convince people to buy protein bars. You just want them to convince them that you have better protein bars than competitors. That's why this is a product aware ad, and for product aware ads, it's very good to show directly the product in action. Another thing that works pretty well is adding authority. So if you have a doctor, a marketer, a professional, like people will listen to these people more. And also, like, if you add like different type of personas, different you mentioned different things in the ads and everything, that helps with creative diversity. So you don't want to have all street interviews that look the same. You want to have different angles in there and different type of formats and frameworks.
Quick question, what do you do for a living? I'm actually a nutrition researcher. I'm studying protein bars. What have you found?
So basically here we are giving people a reason why they should listen to her. Then in general, like, this is something we see working, and I'll show you some examples of work well for us.
Excuse me? What do you do for a living?
I'm a cosmetic chemist and an esthetician.
Is there any skincare secret we don't know about?
I have such a good one for you, and you're gonna love this. Come with me. So this is a...
Yeah, this is an example of a type of street interview you can do in any place. Street interviews like this.
Excuse me? Quick question. Do you ever feel scammed when taking your car to the mechanic?
Yeah, who has it?
So we are actually moving away from this format. We do more POV right now, but that's also something that is good to experiment with, especially if the other ones are working well. You may want to try out street interviews with a few other type of formats.
Hi, quick question. Do you invest?
Yes, I do.
How do you deal with nowadays market fluctuations? Like, do you have a financial advisor?
Yes, but honestly, these days it's not.
So yeah, something like this in the street, but also, like, you want to make sure like you understand your target audience and everything you do then resonates with them, and like the type of content they watch. As a summary of why this format scales for a lot of our clients and in general works very well, is that it feels organic, it sells without selling, and it works at a high spend. So as you can target people that are unaware, it can help you to really scale. And another thing that is very interesting, you can see examples from OkCupid, the pheromones perfume, and also like a lot of other brands, especially similar brands, is that you don't have to just use a street interview format, right? You can use the footage that you create from the street interviews for also creating ads with existing footage mashups, where you use part of the street interviews and then you use just a voiceover to explain the product. But that can help a lot in the hook to stop people. It can help a lot in the middle of the ad to show that to just hype the product up and show that people are talking about the product and it is viral. And in general, what you want to do for these type of formats, especially if you do like a full street interview ad, is that you want to make sure that your ads don't look like ads, because if they look like ads, you're always fighting the algorithm. And if they look like content that people want to watch, then Meta is going to do the rest, and you're going to be able to target to get to the right people and convert them. So that's all. If you have any questions on the street interviews, let me know. If you spend more than 50K a month on Meta and you'd like us to create some of these formats, or also the other formats we use, like our stealth creatives and formats that don't look like ads, then you have a below in the description. You can book a call with me and we can see how we can help you. I'll see you in the next video.